Awaken Cohort. And welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Mod. I'm Rear Admiral Turek of the battleship GCS Chomper as we continue our campaign against, well, the remnants of the Romulan Star Empire. There's not a whole lot of Star Empire left. We've really started making some serious progress once we finally upgunned into a battleship, and we are now working to threaten the planet at 2113. We are at 7,004 prestige, 3,000 away from being able to afford a battleship, so let's get back underway and put the pressure on. And as much as I want to avoid shipyard assaults, they are actually pretty effective, I think, at taking down the enemy defense level. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, and missions have no actual effect on that, but I'm pretty sure that a shipyard assault takes more of the defenses away than just a normal patrol. But for all I know, that could be completely wrong. We're prepping a wild weasel, we're increasing our speed, and we are, of course, boosting the forward shields. We are escorted today by, not you, the USS C.S. Lewis. A wonderful guided dreadnought, all things considered. It's one of my favorite ships. We had it for a while in battlecruiser form, as well as the space control ship USS Grant. Now this is the Federation's most powerful fighter aside from the battleship carrier, and the Grant will prove to be hopefully a huge buff. Unfortunately, the AI does not get any sort of better fighter technology. They don't improve their fighters depending on the era, so Grant is going to be coming with a whole bunch of Hawks. But it's always nice to have fighters, especially AI fighters, because, well, we don't really care when they lose fighters. We are squaring off against a dreadnought, a heavy cruiser, and a light cruiser, so let's focus on this dreadnought. You look to be like a fairly old dreadnought. I could be wrong on that, but, you know, you have the more oldish dreadnought lines. I mean, look at that. It's basically a warbird with a little bit more beefiness to it. Our first wild weasel is ready. Let us prepare the second. It's going to be a running gun battle, most likely. And we'll prep our R-type plasma torpedoes. I'd like to engage, but if he stays cloaked like this, we're going to have to get closer than I want to. We may even have to start slowing down preemptively. Range of 15. Start slowing down, because I want to be able to dump a wild weasel on him. Hit our speed of 4 is what I'm looking to stay at. We can use a wild weasel at that speed. He's coming out of cloak. Fire the R-type plasma torpedo. It's not ready. Now fire the R-type plasma torpedo. Quickly. He's fired his R-type plasma torpedo. It's only one. I'm going to take it. And he has dumped a wild weasel. All weapons select. Prepare to fire. Stand by to take hits. It's going to be not fun. All weapons fire. Dump the wild weasel now. So we're able to continue to charge forward despite having deployed a wild weasel because we stayed at a speed of 4. It's not something we do very often, but on occasion it can be quite nice, and we did manage to get 100 damage in on this ship. And we're also traveling, I think, beneath mine speed. Yeah, as long as we stay here, we're pretty good. Let's go quickly to the shield reinforcement screen and set to 360 degree coverage. We've lost one of our shields. Things are not fantastically wonderful. This heavy cruiser is, or is it a light cruiser? I don't know, it's not really important. And it looks like that, yep, we've managed to take them out. The fighters and combined work have done the work. On to the strike, we're continuing to pull over to the side. What kind of weapons do you have? 2F, yeah, so you're our main target. You're equipped with 2 S's, 2 F's, this is just 2 F-type plasma torpedoes. And we are traveling slow enough to avoid the mines. He's decloaking now. We don't have phasers quite yet online, but we will by the time that we expose that open side. Oh, able to just lay in the firepower right there. And managing to take off one of his Plasma D torpedoes and 2 of his Phaser 2s. So that's pretty nice, actually. The shield reinforcement is coming back. Our port rear side is online. Let's also prep another wild weasel. Repair work, we need a little bit of repairs, but not much. No system's actually gone offline. We've just suffered some damaged relays. He's chugging along at a speed of 2. An interesting decision there, my friend. Firing a R-type plasma torpedo. He dumped a wild weasel, I think. No wild weasel that I'm seeing. Interesting. We will be able to slam him with quite a bit of firepower, though. We're slowly going through him. Our S-type plasma torpedo wasn't quite ready. Phasers online. The rear-firing torpedoes. Let's also swing the view. Oh, no. On an exposed side. Bad enemy. We hurt ourselves a little bit there with the flashback damage. And any stern weapons, nope, none capable of firing. You need to turn to port just to try and make things easier. What the heck? Don't do that to us. We're supposed to be friends. Continuing the turn slowly but surely, we've managed to take out the stern one. And now just the RIS Kalium. We got a couple of nice hits, but it was long-range phaser plinking, so nothing phenomenal. Continue the repairs. We want to make sure that our ship is in good condition when we go in for the siege. Unfortunately, we're on the side that has, well, basically no plasma torpedoes available to fire. If we can get them over onto our starboard side, we'll really be able to rack up some damage. All weapons are selected, but we don't really have a target. I have deliberately not been launching pseudo-fighters on this mission. I'm a little bit concerned about losing pseudo-fighters. After all, he did have quite a few plasma D torpedoes, but that is all done. The enemy is annihilated. Let's pick up some speed. We spent a lot of time at very low speed. Let's start to accelerate and get underway. Oh, that's such a beautiful sight. The 3 huge capital ships turning in to go after the enemy. How do you like this space control ship? I think it's quite cool. And of course, the C.S. Lewis, a guided dreadnought, the advanced triple nacelle design with brand new warp nacelle techniques. Not the cigar shape of the original early era, nor the rectangles. We're going much more square style. Beefier, more powerful. Or at least that's what I assume. He's got 6 photon torpedoes, and then 3, 6, 10, 11, 12 phaser 1s. Or phaser X's even, so even better. With the addition of 4 B-Rex for point defenses, and that's just hilarious. I do like this design. It is one of the ones that I enjoy quite a bit. Let's go target the Stardock, and we'll increase the speed of time. We already know how this is going to go out. We're going to fly towards the enemy. We're going to fire a torpedo into the enemy. The enemy will dump a wild weasel. We'll then follow up with every single other plasma torpedo that we've got, as well as our full phaser complement, and annihilate the enemy. We will be traveling at a speed with which we can bounce the enemy's defenses. Let's make sure we shut off the point defense system. We don't want to be worrying about that. This plasma torpedo will basically bounce off the forward shield if it gets to us at all. It did not. Fire plasma torpedo. Stand by. All weapons fire control. There goes his wild weasel. He didn't want to take the shot. Wait for the attack shift to go away. It's gone. Chunk it down. And that's how you wipe out a shipyard. Just plain and simple. We're probably going to have to slow down a little bit for this one. We don't want to go too quickly into it. We do, of course, need to give our R-type plasma torpedo time to recharge. And we're a turn and a half away from being able to do that. Long-range plasma fire from the enemy. It's going to have to get through 36 points of reinforcement. It could not. And so it just bounced off this ship. R-type plasma torpedo is away. He has deployed the wild weasel. All weapons select. Increase the speed. Let's get right on him. Point blank range. Engage with all weapons. Target destroyed. We're actually causing quite a bit of damage to our forward shields. We can't really afford to get that close to the enemy. Pick up a little bit more speed. We want to drift on over to this final Stardock, where we will do it the business. So course is set and laid in. R-type plasma torpedo almost ready to fire. We're going to have to fire from a little bit longer range, which may mean that we can't kill it in one go. We are currently banking 22.8 points of power into our forward shields, so we can handle any plasma torpedo bombardment that he can bring out. Because he's only got 1 plasma F. So standing by, waiting for his plasma torpedo shot. Fire our first one, slow down the speed of time, all weapons select. And he's deployed the wild weasel as the plasma torpedo curls off to the side. Can't quite decide what it wants to do. Slow down a little bit more. We don't want to get too close. We're looking to avoid some splashback damage. Attack shift go away, please. There it is. All weapons engaged. Target destroyed. Forward screen collapsed, but I don't think he actually managed to take anything out with it. He fired right at the moment when we had fired all our weapons, and so we no longer had any energy into the defense screens. 450 prestige is our reward for that. It did not take the tile. Let's pop over here and, oh boy, this one. This is not going to be fun. Because it's the Anomaly mission. And I think I see a dreadnought over there. This could go awfully bad. We do need to repair engines and a patch of Phaser 3. We're going to rely heavily on our pseudo-fighters on this one. There should be an anomaly in the area. It's going to be a nasty one. Prep the wild weasel. We're going to need as many of these as we can get. We will begin deploying pseudo-fighters shortly once we get closer to the enemy. Far enough away that their shields can come up, but close enough away that they won't be affected by the enemy anomaly. Okay, so it is a Romulan dreadnought. What are you, a C9 or a C10? Oh, you are the K10. Okay, so this is basically a B-10 battleship with its disruptors stripped out, its missiles taken away, and crammed in with as much plasma as they could possibly get on that boat. We'll send a probe his way, so that we can see exactly what we're fighting, but I'm anticipating 2 to 3 plasma Rs, honestly. That's how Romulans tend to work, although it is a Klingon design. So, it being a Klingon design, they tend to go with somewhat lighter plasma torpedoes, just a lot number of them. Okay, we're dealing with 2 R-type plasma torpedoes, 2 S-type plasma torpedoes, 2 F-type two F-type plasma torpedoes, 1, 2, 3, 4 D-type plasma torpedoes, and then 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16... Oh, God. He's outguns us rather heavily. Launch the pseudo-fighters. Come on, launch the second pseudo-fighter. There we go. And prepare another decoy. He is us, except with X weapons. I'm scared. Not gonna lie, this is terrifying. He's dropping in speed. I think the anomaly is beginning to affect him. Is our forward shield being buffed? It is not. Let's get on that. I don't want to take unnecessary damage. Full power. Forward shield reinforcement. Prepare an R-type plasma torpedo for strike. Okay, looks like we got enough reinforcement in just in time to take that. I'm not... There they are. Enemy pseudo-fighters. INTs. Not good. It's tempting to engage them first. How many are we dealing with here? Just the 2. He really is us. Our pseudo-fighters and their pseudo-fighters are going to meet in a titanic explosion, and quite frankly, that's all they're going to need. He can take out both of my pseudo-fighters with this. The anomaly's just hit. So we're stopped. D-type plasma torpedoes are now engaging, and incoming plasma at fire. Slow down. All about... Oh, crap, we have no reinforcement. Enemy ships destroyed, and our pseudo-fighters are still alive and able. We got to keep them at harassing range, because if they get close, they'll die. So, set up the harassment. I want long-range combat only. Power systems are back online. Minus 8 points of power. Jeez. Oh, incoming fire. We've got a lot of incoming fire. Fire a plasma torpedo, set to a speed of 4. Let's get the repairs underway as soon as we can. This is actually a pretty long range for that to work. Deploy the Wild Weasel. We will continue accelerating up to our speed of 4. Let's see how he responded to that. He did dump a Wild Weasel. Okay, he doesn't have one. Neither do we. But the difference is we're gaining on him. And we have the rest of our weapons online. Let's increase speed. We actually took a little bit of a hit that we didn't need to. Stay outside of range, guys. I don't want you taking hits you don't have to. I may call them back after this assault. Slow down. Forward shield reinforcement is set to... Not going to be quite... Oh, yeah, it'll be fine. Alright, guys. Return home. I want you inside. I don't want you getting picked off by his plasma torpedoes. Second R-type plasma torpedo is to engage now. All weapons select. We're going to follow it up, see if he's got another Wild Weasel ready yet. I don't think so. Open him up! All weapons. Open him up like a can opener. None of our phasers were available. They were dealing with other plasma torpedoes. We've managed to get a good couple of hits in here. Drop a mine on top of him. Force screen collapsed. Yeah, we lost our forward starboard side. Coming around. Stern-type plasma torpedoes are engaging. Phasers will now have a shot. If I let him curl in, we might be able to get a down-the-throat shot. Nope, he's going to avoid it. So let's chunk him through. Pick up more speed. Shield reinforcement. Let's go to 360 degrees. And Wild Weasel. We've got another one about to come online. Let's pull over to port and see if we can't get some more down-the-throat shots. Nope, not going to happen. He's turning away from that. Our engines are offline. Crap. We have nothing really to engage with. Luckily, we do have a heavy weapon facing him. I don't know if he's going to cloak. That would be sort of what I would expect. The Ungui. Alright, guys. One of his D-type plasma torpedoes are... The engines are back online. Okay. So one of his D-type plasma torpedoes is damaged. Or taken offline entirely. It might be worth getting our fighters back out into defensive position once again. Come on, eat it, eat it. Okay, the shields took it. R-type plasma torpedo. Let's give us the shot as soon as we can. I'm hoping to dump a Wild Weasel on him. He is losing speed, so... he's not deployed it as of yet. Nope, there it goes. Shuttle Bay just launched it out. Our torpedoes are not going to be ready in time for this. Oh, not good. I don't want to deploy my fighters this in close to him. He's picking up speed again. So he dipped down just a little bit in order to handle that. We don't really have a good pull-off option. Shield reinforcement. I want forward port side reinforced to all. All weapons select. Alright, engage on his stern side. Open him up. Nope, didn't work. Begin turning, come off to port. Keep preparing those engines. I need full power back. Yeah, he cut right through the shields. Keep pulling away, keep pulling away. And we're not going to have a shot through on that. Come on, give me some distance now. I want to be able to deploy fighters. Our engines are offline. No. This is a really bad position to be in with engines offline. So now we're sitting here and about to take damage. Our plasma torpedoes are again unloading. Oh, crap. Deploy a Wild Weasel right now and hope those weren't fakes. I think they were. I hope they were. Yeah, it looks like they were fakes. So, or it looks like they were real. So we're somewhat of a good position. Shield reinforcement switch to the starboard side as of right bloody now. We're not in a good position at all. Engines are back online. Return fire. All weapons. And all stop. We're Star Castle. He's got a pull in front of us that'll give us a nice shot with an R-type plasma torpedo. It's going to be a close shot though, so be ready for the splashback. There it is. We've got a good hit on there. And oh, more torpedoes are about for the follow-up. We've got a nice shot right down his stern. Forward shields are low. Forward shield reinforcement only. Forward screens are down. And how's his plasma Ds? Offline, offline, half power. Keep firing. I want that stern plasma D offline before I start issuing orders for fighters. Our engines are back offline. Gosh darn it. S-type plasma torpedo coming online, but it's a stern mount only. All of his plasma Ds are off. Alright, we're going to risk the pseudo-fighters. Deploy them now. They've got no shielding at this, so it's going to take them a little while to get the shields back, but that might give us the advantage that we need. We've managed to cut through another one of his shields, deal another amount of damage. Higher energy turns, they're going hard. Oh, come on, be aggressive, guys. Engines are back online. Nice work. Whew! That was one hell of a fight. We were basically... Well, he was actually superior to us in matchment. Because we have Phaser 1s, he had Phaser Xs. We had better pseudo-fighters, though. Wow, 734 prestige off the back of that one, and a tile taken. Let's get back to dry dock. Oh god. 153 points of repair only. We didn't take as much damage as I thought we did. 15 out of admin shuttles, and now let's get back up to a certain number of these. Let's get back up to a certain number of these. We did use a single mine. I'm not sure it did anything, but we used it. So let's push back out into space, keep putting the pressure on. We're going to go on a patrol this time. We did the shipyard assault. I'd like to patrol it up just a little bit. Romulan vessels. Hit that red alert. It's another dreadnought, and I think he's got a friend. We do not. We are all alone. So let's prep our first Wild Weasel. We're going to need it. Oh boy. Reinforce the forward shield only if you don't mind, because we're probably only going to take damage from that one. And let's get our speed up to our magical 14-ish. We're currently doing battle with the cool design. Oh, I am a huge fan of this one. I don't know why, but I do like how it looks. And we are also squaring off against a K5 frigate. So this is basically the F5 except Romulan-fied and a standard Romulan frigate. Ugh, we are outnumbered. The question is, can our pseudo-fighters outfight those guys? That's actually a pretty significant and important question. Let's get the fighters deployed as of now. Set them up on defend me only. I want them to stay close. Hopefully you won't have a plasma D. I don't think this class has a plasma D. Let's find out. By the time that we finally get to him, we'll have that fully charged and ready to go. So fighters are deployed. They're currently setting up on their combat aerospace patrol. And we're looking at an R, 2 Fs, and an S. So he's not the most heavily armored ship out there. He also is lacking any plasma D, but that doesn't mean the frigates won't have it. Especially if they're escort frigates. And start on the second decoy. Are you any escort frigates? We've got his pseudo-fighters. We're looking at SKE. Yeah, you're probably an escort frigate. And you're a K5RB. Don't know what that means. Probably some kind of refit. Shielding is reinforced on the forward mounting. And how much longer until I can start? We are just beginning that. R-type plasma torpedo selected and ready. Unfortunately, he's cloaked. I don't have a shot. Oh, he's coming out of cloak now. So we're closing into range to engage. Forward plasma torpedoes are engaged. Fire long-range fire. Let's see if we can't bait out that Wild Weasel. We want him to stop to pull away his protection on his pseudo-fighters. Although it is a long shot. Let's go take that offline. All stop. He did take it on the nose. Drop it now. Drop it now. Okay, we were able to avoid two of them. That's not great, though. His pseudo-fighter is out. Begin to engage with long-range phaser fire. I gotta take that down before I can shoot. Otherwise, I don't have a shot. Okay, we're going to take some fire, so shields go reinforcement 360. And we're going to slow down to a speed of 4. Next Wild Weasel will be ready when now? Shortly. Forward port side is having a problem, and that's probably going to take it offline. All weapons select. Oh, the shuttle's still there. It's gone. All weapons fire. We're both just responding with tidal waves of plasma. We've dumped our Wild Weasel. We got a nice set of good hits in there and avoided his shots. The Guia has cloaked. The SKE is coming in close. Has 2 plasma Ds. We got to keep away from him, or at least we got to keep our pseudo-fighters away from him. We're going to take a hit on the starboard side. Engage him with everything you got. Open him up. I don't want him having any capability of harming my pseudo-fighters, and he's basically the main threat right now. We did a really good number on it. Took out both of the plasma torpedo defenders. And the pseudo-fighters took him out. Let's get you back. You've lost your shield. I want it back online just as soon as you can. So return to me right now. You and you. Oh, so we are all right on top of each other. Come on, get back home. Return to the ship. I don't want you exposed out there. We are working on a Wild Weasel. How many do we currently have in stock? It looks like none. So, dump a mine. I don't think it's in a... Oh, he's decloaking. All weapons engaged. Managed to cut through. Excellent. We have an R-type plasma torpedo ready for engagement. He's dumping on us. Let's slow down a little bit. And we've both taken hits. However, I'm down to a speed of 4, so his efforts are now wasted as we are going slow enough to avoid the damage taken. So, as long as our pseudo-fighter stays away from that, we should be fine. He's dumped a whole lot of mines on us. Long-range fire coming from the Guia. And that'll be easily denied by our shields, right? Yeah, no problem. They'll just bounce it right off. We're up to 30 at this point. Didn't even make a ripple. You're not in a position that I care about. Oh, don't fly into that. Oh boy. Get back on board. Okay, we pulled them back on board. Got another incoming plasma torpedo round. Again, our reinforcements should be more than capable of handling it. Let's increase speed and start trying to pull away from him. He fired that from a range of 13. It'll deal 20 damage when it hits. How much power do I currently have in the reinforcement? More than enough. So that'll be fine. Are you about to fly through mines? No, it's just an optical illusion. Oh wow, apparently that went through. Oh yeah, because we're doing 360 degrees, so it divides by 6. We'll have to keep that in mind for the next time. But the shields are still mostly intact. We're in a relatively good position. We've managed to open him up pretty well. Unfortunately, we have to fly around this minefield. I want more speed, more power out of the engines. I know, a Gorn ship asking for more power out of the engines. How does that work? We've got to get around this minefield. How are you doing, my friend? You're really, really weakly armed. Kill him. I want him off my tail. I'll deal with the main dreadnought, and I'll call you back as soon as you're done killing him. Get your shields up before he starts decloaking, and I'll be perfectly happy here. First shields are up. Second shields are up. Yep, they're good. They're ready to kill. Lining up. Looks like we got another joust going on. Long-range plasma torpedo. We're trying to bait out the Wild Weasel. And let's start slowing down to our speed of 4 so that we're still chugging along in case it happens. He has dumped his energy. He's dumped a Wild Weasel. He's fired a single plasma F torpedo. Shield reinforcement. If we can switch it to front, that'd be nice. Not in time. Oh, come on. As soon as that goes away, we're unloading everything you've got. And dump the Wild Weasel. We'll continue to come on. So managed to avoid his R-type torpedo. And a nice 134 chunk. And didn't take out any of his torpedoes. That's actually really surprising. Plasma torpedo armed pseudo-fighters are currently dealing with him. But this guy's army. Once we pull within a range of 3, we'll be able to engage with phaser 3s. I'd like to be able to get down the throat shots, but I don't. Nope, can't get the angle in time. Continue to pull ahead. We'll have all our phaser batteries back online, ready for action momentarily. Start curling in on them. Phaser 3s did the work. Didn't even care. Let's come around to starboard and come after the Guia. Gaia? I'm not sure. I'm hearing someone high energy turn. It's probably one of our pseudo-fighters. I wonder what it would be like to command one of those. Increase the speed of time. If he's just going to stay cloaked, then we're just wasting our time at this point. Which, you know, we have to do. Ugh. Okay. Guys, try not to die. You're expensive. I would like to not lose you. He's coming out of cloak. And slow down the speed of time. He's coming back towards us. R-type plasma torpedo right in on him. Oh, he's at the center of an evil, evil cross. Let's call these guys back. Return to me. Return to me. Haul up and select. Good night. Slow down. We'll bounce it. Bounce right off the shield. Target is annihilated. Fighters are back in the dock. And that's one successful patrol mission in the bag. The enemies just do not have the capability to handle our strength. Although, to be fair, we did really outmass that one. 308 prestige, no neutral tile though, so we'll have to continue working on this one. We're at 9,703, and we're an admiral now. So we're getting close to being able to afford one of the BBXs. I'm definitely looking forward to it, but that's going to end that episode for today. Oh, I'm assuming this is probably the last planet here at 2113, and after we take that, it'll just be a couple of stations over here and general mop-up work, so the campaign will be winding down after we take this planet. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.